Well, good morning and welcome to our 20-minute email marketing workshop. Today, we're talking email headers. Many people underestimate the importance of the header in the email design, but it's the first thing that people see in their inbox. It's your first and best chance to catch your reader's attention and to entice them to open your email. There's a lot of competition in the inbox. We're getting hundreds, maybe thousands of emails a day, and people are making very quick decisions about what gets opened and what gets trashed. So you really want to use this element fully to your advantage. I'm Dixie. My co host is Katrine, and we're from Easy Marketing. This workshop is part of our email marketing series. So if you're just joining us, don't worry. This workshop today is self contained, so you're right on time. But if you'd like to revisit any of the previous topics, those are available on our YouTube channel. And we do invite you back for the rest of the series where we'll cover images, videos, links, and content. All of the workshops are free in 20 minutes. We're live here every other Wednesday at 10 Eastern. In our last workshop, we covered the 7 elements of email design. So we talked about how the branding works together to create a professional, cohesive look and the importance of a short, impactful message followed by a call to action. Today, we're taking a deeper dive into what's arguably the two most important elements, the header and the pre-header. These are crucial to your success because they're the only elements that recipients see in the inbox before they decide whether to open, ignore, or trash your email. As such, the header acts as a really crucial gatekeeper. It includes 4 parts: the from line, the reply to address, the subject line, and the pre-header line. And we're going to look at each of those in turn. So let's start with the front line. The other day, I received an email from a retailer, the Concord Cheese Shop, with the subject line, the latest news for you. So that's not a particularly compelling subject line, but I did open it nonetheless because I know who they are and I have a relationship with that company. If you think about the emails that you open first thing in the morning, they're probably from your boss, your mom, people that you have a relationship with. Conversely, if it's someone you don't recognize, you're likely to discard it immediately, right? I'm like, not today, scammers. For most organizations, getting someone to open your email starts by building a relationship that's engaging to them and being recognizable. So that's why the from name is so important. If we look at some research, 42% of people are looking at the from line or the sender line first when deciding whether or not to open an email. So it needs to be recognizable to your audience. Katrine?
Yes, so I did a little bit of a test here to show you what it can look like. I took one email and I sent it to myself 3 times where I went in and changed the from name. The email address is always the same, but we have we have options. So the one I'm using is Katrine Fredrickson Easy Marketing. But I could have said only easy marketing. In our case here, the word marketing has a little bit of a spammy sound. It could be if they don't know who you are in the inbox, and not many of you have that name, the word marketing, in your company name. And I could have put only Katrine Fredrickson, but probably you don't remember that either, but hopefully Katrine Fredrickson Easy Marketing is the most important thing. And that's where I figure out most people will recognize us from. And I'm going to take an example. A lot of organizations, I know we have the scouts up in our area, and they have someone sending out their emails, and there are different people, maybe different weeks, that are in charge of sending it out, or over time that position is changing. So that's that person's name is in their from address. And that really doesn't work well, because if someone new starts there, no one knows who it is. In their case, it really needs to say North Florida Boy Scouts in order for people to know who it comes from, not from someone sitting at the whatever desk. I'm sure they are great people, but no one knows who they are. And so therefore, it's really, really important that you look at it and do like I did. Take a look at it, send it to yourself. You know, you can send test emails and take a look at it both on your desktop and on your cell phone. And if you're using Constant Contact, you know you can send tests to yourself, and that is a really good practice to test that out. And where do you change this? So when you are in editing your email, at the very top, you can see where the arrows are. That is the area, and all you need to do is to hover over that area and click on it. But before I show you what the screen is going to look like, that you actually have the option to have one from and one reply email. Um, and the reason is you might want to, let's say you are Red Cross in Jacksonville. So most people know and know the name of the chairman up there. So that would be the name and then the Red Cross. But he or she might not have time to answer all the email that might come in because you're looking for new volunteers. So you can set someone else's email address as the reply. In most cases, it is the same, but we just took this as an example. If you reply, I think it goes to me right now. And Dixie is not a secretary here, so. Yes, so that is that part. And I think the next slide shows what happens if you click on that link there. Yes, so this pops up. And this is where you change the subject line and the pre-header. Dixie's going to talk about that just in a minute. And then you have the from address and the reply address. So that's where you change it. Another thing is that the from address is when you're sending something out, that needs to be a real email address. So Constant Contact have a procedure where you under admin go in and you can go in and do what's called verify addresses. So you are you adding an email address to this. So if Dixie is not on the list, I would add her, an email will go to her and she will confirm. And that way the Constant Contact system knows that there really is a person that is sending emails and it's in your organization. Yeah.
Thank you, Katrine. Well, one best practice you may not have considered is using your own domain name in your email address. It's a common mistake we see with small businesses and new starts is that people are wanting to use a free email service like Gmail or Yahoo or Outlook for their business email. But the problem is there's not a lot of security or authentication there. So if my 11-year-old who's computer savvy wants to set up a Google account and create an email with a fictitious name or the name of a company, he can do that. And because of that, Gmail and other free email providers are prone to some fraud and not really a reliable way of doing business. Instead, your email should ideally contain your domain name. So that's your website URL. So if you see an email coming from Katrine at easymarketing.com or newsletter at easymarketing.com, you know it's reliable and from our organization because only somebody with access to that domain could have that email. Using an email that matches your website also makes you look professional and organized. And another benefit is that you can standardize your email addresses for all the employees and future employees in your company. That helps promote the brand and also gives you total control over those email addresses if they were to leave the organization. So it might not be something that you thought about when you first set up your company, but if it's something that you're interested in and you're not sure how to do it, give us a call and we'll be happy to point you in the right direction. It can be set up fairly easily through Microsoft and is not super expensive, but it's going to make your company look very professional. So now that we have our from and reply to email addresses, we want to talk subject lines. So a good subject line should pique the reader's interest and let them know what to expect in the email. It's one of the most important parts of your email marketing strategy. So no matter how well crafted the email itself could be or how great the content is, you're going to miss out on engagement and in turn potential revenue and conversion if your contacts never even open it. When used correctly, the subject line can help your email avoid the junk mail folder, which is the kiss of death, and improve your open rates. So here you want it to be short and descriptive, so ideally like 4 to 7 words, and give the reader a reason to open your email. So something generic like September newsletter is not a great subject line. You want to tell them what's in there, something enticing. You also want to take care to avoid looking too spammy. So we discourage the use of the word free in the subject line and also a bunch of excessive emojis and punctuation. You want it to look professional.
And really, you need to have upper and lowercase letters. Do never ever use all uppercase letters. That
Yes,
is so spammy.
please do not shout at people over email. So on most mobile devices, both Android and iOS, and in all the major email clients, so Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, there's also under that an additional line of preview text that gives the reader more information. This is called the preheader. So by including a smart preheader, you can use the opportunity to further entice your contacts into opening your email. So we like to think of an effective subject line and pre-header combo. Think about what your main idea of your email is and then what the call to action is. So in other words, the subject line is going to tell us what it's about. The pre-header is telling us what to do. So think action verbs here like order, call, register, give, read, help. Those kind of words are great for your pre-header. So here we have a couple examples that use both the subject line and the pre-header effectively, where the overall effect of the two together is to both inform and create a sense of urgency to take whatever the desired action is.
And I wanted to add something to that, if you could go
Mhm.
back.
Okay.
And so when you write a regular email, you have the to and the from address, and you never see something as a pre-header. But if you look at your inbox on your phone or on your Outlook, and you can usually set it up, and the default is that the first line in an email is what shows up when you look at your inbox. And with Constant Contact, we are taking that up to a higher level because you can actually decide what the things are that you can see in a preview. Because very often the first words in a regular email is Dear John or Hey Dixie. And those would be the ones that you see in the inbox before you open it up. But with this function pre-header, you can decide what is going to be shown and not only the first words in the content of the email.
Absolutely. Um, Katrine, do we have time for a little demo or do we want to?
I think we are done because one part in here that we discussed was how to confirm the sender emails.
Mhm.
And that part, when you're opening up the follow-up email today, we have a step-by-step instructions in there. And also when it comes to the headers and the pre-headers, there were some links in there that we showed, and you're going to find that. So if you want to dive deeper into those subjects, you have great content where we link you to the Constant Contacts homepage.
Absolutely. And all of that will be in the follow-up email later today. So if you're interested in trying Constant Contact, which is the example we've used today, it's the email solution that we recommend to all of our small business and nonprofit clients. So we wanted to pass along an offer for 30% off your first 3 months. Plus, easy marketing will help kickstart your campaign by designing a custom-made template for your organization. Mhm. So now a little bit of homework. So we've hit you with a lot of information today about the 4 different parts of the header. So we want to help you follow through on what we've covered today. So these are just a few takeaways to help your emails be more impactful and more successful. So if you don't have time to jot these down, again, they'll be in the follow-up email, but take a fresh look at it. Send it to yourself on a computer, take a look at it on your cell phone, ask some colleagues and friends, maybe the way that you've always been doing it isn't the best way. So take a fresh look at your from line and also at your writing skills on your subject line and your pre-header. So Katrina and I, again, are with Easy Marketing. We're located in Northeast Florida, and we have clients throughout the US and abroad. We specialize in website design and maintenance, email marketing, like we've been talking about today, social media management, and graphic design as well. Mhm. We always do a drawing after our webinars, and this is for a free consultation for your business or organization. So make sure you check your inbox later today. I'll draw that live and you can see if you've won. We're also going to include a copy of this slide deck in case you missed something and a replay of the video that you can watch again or share with a colleague in your organization. So we thank you for joining us today. We're going to be back again in 2 weeks, continuing to talk about email marketing. And this time we're going to take an in-depth look at adding video and images to your email and how to make those elements clickable. So it's free as always, and we hope you can join us. The registration link will be in today's email. And here's our contact information. If you're having trouble, if you've got some ideas today, but you're not sure where to get started, please give us a call. We're only a call away. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to see you back in 2 weeks.